Let me ask you, any of you, this question. Which government official's names is acronymed to bonk?
Bonk. B-O-N-K. As in bonking, bonking. What? I'm just
I asked a simple question. Who told you to do this?
No.
Who asked you to do this?
When you
I
say
just asked. Her names are acronymed to bonk. I didn't ask you to hint. You even got to start breathing funny. Just answer my
You
question.
said government official.
Government official.
No, Besige is not a government official because there's Besige, so I was thinking of the big
No, yeah.
Wait.
O-N in the middle has to be there. Full names.
I'm thinking.
I know.
Thinking.
Bosiko. No, not Bosiko. Not
And-
Bosiko.
and what-
Pulls up outside.
And what government office does Bosco?
Bosco, the top one. The top.
If a drone pulls up outside.
He's the one who asked the question.
So just all of you say, I don't know, and we move on.
Okay, she
I'm
said.
still trying.
She said Bessie. I said Bosiko.
I said I was thinking of Besige.
Okay. Even me, I was thinking of Bosiko. It's not Bosiko. I'm just thinking. Maka, stop. You tell us.
What is the full name of your IGG?
Bet come here.
Yes.
In between. You don't know her two names in between?
The O-N.
Nami Sango.
Betty, Olive, Nami Sango.
Come here.
Bonk! Oh my God! Yay! Hey, bonk!
Wait.
No, it's crazy. You're the one who brought it up,
But
man.
now don't really.
Anyway, where are you going with this bonk?
Don't elaborate. So Bonk said, sorry, Betty said. Honorable Kamia said, let's be serious,
Bonk.
that they are going to do a lifestyle audit for government officials. Now, as she's saying that, I must remind you that. I must remind you.
I'm sorry.
I must remind you that this has been planned for way too long. Actually, she's been in office what?
About
When
a
she
year,
moved from
2
when she
years
moved from Kampala office
Minister of Kampala
to that office. The
yes.
first thing she did, she said, was she wanted to do a lifestyle audit on all government officials.
Yeah.
And then she said everybody needs to declare their wealth and their sources of income. That one was shut down very quickly. They said, hey, you are entering people's underwear, stop it. Then now they are going to do what? This lifestyle audit. Now, to be honest with you, I don't see it going anywhere.
Is it all government officials? Is it some government officials? Is
Everybody.
I think for as long as you hold public office,
Yes.
your dimes are our business.
Is this the conversation that she was having with the European Union?
The ambassadors to Uganda.
Yes.
Apparently it was a 2-hour meeting. Closed door.
Yeah,
The ambassadors.
And
anti-bomb.
again, because now you see, you're telling her, she's asking those people, allow me to enter everybody's underwears and what they do. And guys are like,
And have the EU guys said,
they said, I don't know what the EU guys said, but it was 2 hour closed door, so I don't know if they agreed only this pocket, only behind here, only, I don't know. But I don't think they'll allow.
So this is...
okay,
You think they'll allow? Because
I think-
the model of the EU was to allow the EU people to tell us, everybody who has property and businesses on bank accounts
Yes.
abroad.
So I think they've said yes, go ahead. Peep in our panties. Thing is, if I'm doing a lifestyle audit on you, I'm not asking for your consent. I'm not saying, Marcus, is it okay if I see that?
Can I come and look at your underwear and see how dirty or clean it is?
Gava.
But I have to give you access to that information, no?
The EU.
No,
is
the
one to
EU
give
is going to allow the government or the IGG to have access to this information. So, for example, your properties, your assets, your whatnot, they will give you access. Otherwise, they
But
can
there
say
are places, there are places that have been made such that you can't even get access to that. The Cayman Islands, they will not give you that access.
Other than Switzerland, I don't think there's anywhere that can say no.
It depends on who is asking. America, you will get the information. Simple Uganda. Okay, EU is the one asking.
EU is a bad, they were like this, we're like bums.
Well, tight, very tight. Like bums inside.
And I think what's going to happen is if Kagwa has 10 accounts in all over Europe, they'll give you 2.
Like you said, it is long overdue. How much does Uganda...
But what will that change? Anyway, first continue.
Okay. How much does Uganda lose, let's say, annually? How much?
Tell me.
In what?
10 trillion Uganda shillings
In-
per year.
in corruption.
10 trillion shillings. Of that 10 trillion, how much is actually ever gotten?
Teacher me. 7.99 between January 2022 and June 2023. Imagine.
7.99 billion, and yet you lose 10 trillion. So it's
1%.
It's less than, it's like 0.5% literally.
Because it's 10 trillion, 10 billion, 1%.
Do you understand? So it's a joke what we recover, and yet we know there's more money being stolen. There's more money being eaten.
Can we talk about that 7.99 billion? Do you think that the 0.01
To make 10, to make 8
was eaten by the guys who recovered?
the guy who got the money also went home with some money.
Like since we found it, we are also owed. Like, so.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the solution to this problem.
What is the solution then? Because I think the idea of this lifestyle audit is to put the fear of God into guys who keep putting their hands in the coffers.
Yeah, but I don't think that, you see, you telling the world that Gaetano is a thief and we found out 7 other accounts of his, yet he's just an accountant in Ministry of Finance. There's no way he has earned this money.
I was rearing goats.
Yeah,
cows.
yeah, and
There's another one. What was the source of this money? What was the source?
The cows, goats, and everything.
You saw the cows and the goats.
My side hustle is goats and cows.
And
he has all these properties abroad. And now that we know, what are we going to do about it? Because at the time these things were happening, we probably knew that he was stealing, didn't we? Did we do anything about it then?
No. We can do something about it now because now we have proof. Before it was speculation. Before it was, we know Gaetano is stealing. Now we have the paperwork to say the man says that he rears goats and cows, but he has
6 houses
20
in
billion
Milan.
Pounds. Can I just say, for the sake
so then the question would be, so if what you're saying is true, every time they find somebody has XYZ that does not match up to what their salary scale is, we are going to sit down in front of it and say, explain.
Wouldn't that be the idea of an audit?
Yeah,
It's a question-answer situation. I'm not going to find the money and put you inside Kaduku. I'm going to ask you, Zavudewa.
Thank you very much.
If you cannot answer that question, please enter.
When does this thing kick off? When does this, is it this year, next year?
Let me make you laugh. When the resources are secured.
So they need resources to be able to go and find people who have the money, they need money.
So I think you can see now how it's not going to happen.
Wow. Wow. Okay, people who claim to be making X amount of money, but then have more than they earn in terms of property.
Yeah.
How much does the president earn?
3 million.
That is the salary scale.
He has 3 million. He even said himself he has 3 million.
3 million is what he said he was earning when in 86.
Yeah, so how much is he
now
earning?
he's earning now? I don't know. Maybe 3.1.
I'm not going to say anything else. He has told us what his salary is.
3.1 he says now.
Is this gross or net?
Gross.
So even the president is subject to taxation.
Payee, immediate.
The president
NSSF, immediate. SACCO, immediate.
So every year, every month the president is waiting for that thing to show him how much he has made.
So you just do the quick math. 3.1, remove. Payee,
He probably earns like 2.1.
Yeah, like 1.9 there.
He earns less than you, Marcus.
Yeah. I don't know how Natasha went to school.
How does he fuel his cars?
Those ones are filled by the state. That's the office. That's the office. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one the office does.
Very nicely. How does he pay for those clothes?
I die. Nightil. Those white shirts, you can get them for 50k.
Nightil.
Nightil, yeah. 100% cotton bubu.
Shame on you. But you guys, honestly, 10 trillion is a lot of money to steal from. How many are we now?
Our GDP is 50.47 trillion.
Now, 10 of it is
imagine it.
Jesus.
If we saved that 10.
And now we're how many people now?
By the way, I don't know, because Our last census, which was 10 years ago, put us at 43 million.
43 million.
Yeah.
That was 10 years. A census is held actually every 10 years.
Every 10 years. So they're doing one. Isn't it now?
It's now.
It's now, eh?
He just kicked off. It's underway.
Yeah. So,
Registration of houses and numbers of people and...
hey, is this the time when they said they are going to check in lodges?
Yes, they said they are going to check in lodges and clubs.
They said they're going to come and count 1, 2... this was...
This is the lodge or the club?
I don't know what.
And
That action is
both the lodge and the club.
Yeah, an idiot. So they're going to count.
I want to know how they're going to do that lodge thing because
So do you interrupt them?
You know.
yeah, we are
Census.
census. We have come to count. Okay, we are too open. We see. Do we know if we're about to minimum threesome? Open. We see. 4 eggs, 4 hands. How many susus? We count. Because I'm telling you, you are not going to force me to open that door.
This is true.
By the way, fine.
And when they enter, okay, they say, Gaetano, yes, Gagwa, one.
The lodge.
Who is this other person? Juliet. Juliet Owawa Okorechi.
Nansa.
Like, I don't understand how that mathematics makes sense.
These guys said that last time a lot of guys were missed.
Because they were not home.
They were not home.
Oh my
So they have said now.
And then when they did their research, when people are not home, they are one of 2 places. Loja, Kirabu.
Okay.
That motion that you've done.
It's for both.
You're like,
It works either way.
So the whole purpose, okay, how long is this going to go for? Until like May, I heard it was May.
So right now they're doing households. So they're registering households.
Okay.
Have they been to yours? Have they?
If they have, I might have been in the club. They might have missed it.
For now, for purposes of safety, we shall say that you may have been in the club. Because according to them, the alternative is where?
But you know what? You cannot do a census over a weekend. I don't know what period of time is it going to be throughout
But
the
they
week
It's not going until May.
till May.
They employed a lot of people. I think they employed about an extra 1,000 people to carry out this process.
Because look, a census, of course, once they do a census, it will determine where we should build
It helps us plan.
hospitals for planning purposes.
And if you've seen that paper of the census, they actually ask, it's a very elaborate, how many people live in this house? What's the gross income coming into this house?
And even the ages of
Yes, how many people are in this house? They even ask you, what do you normally eat? Shop, blah, 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 where do you shop?
Mind
Blah,
your
blah, 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 blah.
business.
Yeah, no, but just say normal food.
So it's very detailed.
Yes, it's detailed because it helps in the planning process. When you say that people in Uganda generally eat posho, that's where they get that information from. People generally eat from their garden, the back of their house, as opposed
But if the
to
census,
shopping.
if the census is done every 10 years, for 10 years I'm eating posho?
No, but you see, it's generic. It's
an
an assumption. It's like
It doesn't
for
need to-
every
Okay.
60 out of 100 people we went to, majority say they live off posho and beans.
And
that's good enough for you to plan.
Yeah. And did you know it's not only human beings that they count, but they also count livestock.
Yeah.
And they were doing a census of livestock. They've been counting. This region has more cows. This one more chickens. This one does more in Senene. Okay, I don't.
So my exes are dogs. They are being counted. Eh?
They are being counted. They're being counted.
Your exes as dogs.
Eh?
Have you heard what she said? Her exes as dogs.
Her exes are dogs.
Yeah.
They're being counted.
Yeah. But then your ex is.
Why is Nana catching these things?
It's insane because I was busy on my phone, Instagramming, trying to look beautiful, and then she said that. That's insane.
Dogs.
My exes as dogs.
As
you know,
dogs.
Exes are dogs.
you know your ex who is a dog is someone's current love of life. Someone like a feeder walk category of ex dog.
I mean, if he's my trash and she's a maid and she bagged him, good for her.
Eh, la, la, la,
It's
la,
not
la.
my business anymore. Anyway.
All right.
Anyway.
So, when they're planning for this stuff, are they going to consider that 10 trillion that we've lost?
I hope so.
If they say that as Uganda we
I
have
hope so.
a GDP of how many?
For 50.47.
Trillion. Now let us remove 10 trillion because that one has been stolen. And now let us plan in the 40.
They should.
If anything, they need to find a way to get that 50 back, because that 50 was when we were 43.
But they're waiting for resources to start chasing. They've said they're waiting.
So imagine, as of January this year, we were at 49 million. By the end of this census, chances are we'll be 51.
Maybe even 52.
Or maybe even 53, an extra 10. Because they said that the average Ugandan woman gives you 6 children.
How many did you have so far?
Now,
Hey.
over a 10
This factory is closed.
over a 10-year period, from the last time they counted, the average Ugandan woman, who is 52% of the population, has given you 6 each.
But
Average.
Ugandan women
Do the math.
are fertile.
This is true.
Also, they are busy.
What? Can you imagine all the bonking? Hey, you guys.
That
I repeat, if a drone pulls up here,
No, he told us
they're
about.
to me in the bathroom.
My guys, honestly speaking, let's just say this. When you do the census, when you do the counting, we just hope that they count you, Marcus. They count you, all right, Anne-Marie? And
were you counted the last time?
Me.
10 years ago?
He was in the lodge,
I was in the lodge.
so they need to find
Were
the
you counted?
consensus.
I'm serious. I want to ask a question. Let's go. Were you counted? Do you remember being counted? You?
No,
Yes.
I do not
Yes.
Were you counted?
Were you counted?
What?
No?
Sure.
Were you
Were you
counted?
counted?
Was counted.
You were counted. Were you counted? You were not counted.
Hello, Joe.
Were you counted?
Kirabu.
Club.
Tiki is not going to answer.
Nana, were you counted when they did the census 10 years ago?
I plead the fifth. When I'm at desk.
Roj.
Then why are you asking people here? There's Bella outside.
Were you counted, Bella, outside?
Bella, 10 years ago, were you counted?
Yeah.
You were counted.
She was counted. But you can see it's almost 50-50. I wasn't. So they're right to go to these places and look for us.
Which names are you asking for?
But of course, government names.
Because Ugandans have a lot of names.
Government names.
Especially the one they give in the road.
Yes, depending on.
The days when I used to go to the road, I was John Matov
John Matov.
all the time.
Matovo from where? With that small nose.
John Matov. Okay, you say I'm not the one. Do you want my man now? You don't.
But you know this. Listen.
You could have sent Mugisha.
John Matov.
But guys,
Email.
when the guys enter and you don't want because you're in a lodge, you're busy in a club, you're doing your thing, and then the guy comes, you just say, boss, maybe you keep quiet.
Yeah. Or just tell him count there that we are 2. Go.
Go.
What names? Put the names you want.
Do you understand?
Here is 20,000. Run away.
So now the names are going to be either inflated
Yeah.
or they're going to be, there's so much room for ambiguity and error.
Do you think that they should lock us down and they count us like as
That's
if-
what
as
I
if
think.
COVID-
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
It is the only way.
to get actual numbers?
Used to drink at home again. I've seen you. You enjoyed that time a lot.
Which is okay, but it's for a short. It's like it's 2-3 days countrywide.
2-3 days.
Lockdown everybody.
Lockdown.
Count.
You can't
Now,
move.
For the Marcuses and the Gaetanos who have 3 wives that each of them think they're the main wife, what are you going to do for them?
You will find them in their home.
As long as you are locked down.
Now, if at that point she tells you that the founder of this home is not here, then you be done. Because it's not like it's the priest going to ask those things. So my morals are not in question here. We just want to count. How many are there?
That's it.
But you know she's going to count you. She's going to count that Marcus is the head of my household. Your second wife is going to count that Marcus is the head of my household. Your third wife is going to count that Marcus is the head of
As long as they count them.
Your 24th wife is going to count
As long as they count them. That's what the census is for. The census is not here to
But now
say
you've been
that
counted.
Marcus rules after 9 houses.
But Marcus is going to be counted 24 times because each one thinks that Marcus is the main guy.
They will ask them, where is the guy?
Safari.
Tell you. So they won't count him here.
Let's see how it will pan out.
In the club. In the lodge. I'm making another 20 children. Then you remix.